Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to get into your monthly reading for August. Alright, we're going to take a look at the whole month, how it's going to progress from first week into the second and third week, or fourth week, or rather, sort of the first third, second third, and third of the month. What your center energy is going to be. But let's start off with your animal spirits, alright? Whatever comes out in the reading may or may not resonate with you, Scorpio. And this can be for anybody who has a sun, a moon, a rising in Scorpio. Even if you have Mars or Venus in Scorpio, parts of this reading could resonate with you, or the whole thing could resonate with you or not, and that's fine. Alright, so first off, I'm going to pull out two animal spirits to see what kind of animal spirits you might be resonating with during this August period. Show me August for Scorpio. Alright, you have the hyena, wow, and the fish. Okay. Interesting. We have fire and water. The hyena is an animal spirit. Someone who is sort of resonating hyena energy. This is really like kind of the wounded clown energy, right? The hyena. Hyena is somebody who's really hiding their sense of inadequacy behind humor, right? Sarcasm. Hyena is associated with sarcasm. You know, comedy or humor or making jokes at the expense of yourself or others. It's not a friendly kind of humor. Okay, it's a painful kind. It's oftentimes somebody who behaves like this or embodies this kind of energy is someone, you know, they may joke around and laugh around and be the life of the party, but oftentimes you're wincing when they're making these jokes because you're just feeling like, where is this coming from? This is coming from a place of pain. And most importantly with hyena energy, that place of pain is a feeling of inadequacy. It's a feeling of not being enough. Okay, so this is a fiery energy that requires you to kind of begin to self-realize or look within yourself as to why this behavior is there, why this need is there, and how is it really truly making you feel. And oftentimes, of course, it comes out of fear of facing these feelings of inadequacy, which can be there for no reason, right? It's not, you may be very successful, but this is an internal sort of emotional thing. Fish energy, water energy, the fish. The fish is very happy to be on his own. The fish is the type of person who's just so easily caught up in the current of life, so easily ready to allow themselves to be sort of swept away, that they have no roots, they establish no meaningful long-term relationships. The fish represents a very slippery person when it comes to relationships. One moment they're there, the next moment they're not there. It's oftentimes fish energy is this, you know, somebody who resonates with this oftentimes will give you, they themselves will say, you know, well, life is about living, and, you know, I can't be held down, and yeah, sure, life is for living and all of that, but at some point what happens is that you just find yourself going from one to the next and never having really experienced the deeper level, right? Stuck around for the deeper level. It takes effort to stick around. It takes work to stick around. And that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. That doesn't necessarily mean that that isn't life. Life is about working for the higher level, right? Working for the deeper love, right? That doesn't come by happenstance. And sure, it is great to continue to let life sort of carry you away from one adventure to the next, one connection to the next, but at the risk of never knowing what it must be like to have those deep roots or those deeper love connections with someone that have developed over time, where you have been there, you've had a commitment, right, and you've been to a certain degree stationary. Show me what's going on for Scorpio. Now, however that resonates for you, Scorpio, you may be resonating with this energy. You may be dealing with people who are resonating with this energy. We're going to see as the reading comes out. Show me, Scorpio, please, for August. Show me. All right. Starting off, Four of Cups. Four of Pentacles. Seven of Swords. High Priestess. Nine of Wands. Five of Wands. Wow. And the Emperor. Okay. Ten of Pentacles. Hangman energy. And the Queen of Swords. At the bottom of the deck we have Temperance energy. Judgment energy. I don't know, I was thinking of Temperance. I have Sagittarius on the brain. The Sagittarius card is Temperance. Judgment. Okay, Judgment. Oftentimes, Judgment can be the card for karma. Some decks, it's called the card for karma. All right. Let us get into this. At the heart of your reading, Five of Wands, there is bickering. There is bickering. And there is vying for attention. It's very competitive. Five of Wands is extremely competitive energy. Five is the number for a power struggle. So this power struggle is about who is the best, who is on top, who is, you know, who's going to win, right? Who's going to win? We have some issues. Yeah, we definitely have some issues going on. Let's get right into it. Four of Pentacles and Seven of Swords, High Priestess. Beginning of August, you're going to be feeling really tight with money. You're going to be feeling really sort of, you're going to be worried about your financial stability, your environmental stability. Do you have enough money, right? Are you losing money? There's going to be a feeling of you wanting to hold on. Four of Pentacles is associated with the miser, being greedy. But it doesn't feel like you're necessarily being greedy to me, Scorpio. It's more that you're just wanting to hold on to what you have for whatever reason, right? It could be that you're at work, you may be in your career or your work or what have you. There may be an issue, but it feels to me like it has something to do with changes in your life, right? There's some changes going on in your life, especially we have fish energy, which is movement, right? Again, the fish goes from one to the next to the next. Hyena energy, feeling of inadequacy. So I feel like there's going to be some change in your life, Scorpio, that is getting you to feel much more sort of protective with your money, right? Worried about your money. Do you have enough? Do you need more? Do you need to hold on to it? The stability of it all. Seven of Swords comes in, which is a card for futility and treachery. There's a feeling of wanting to cut corners here. You want to be careful with that, right? Seven of Swords is, it's the tortoise and the hare story, right? It's futility. It's when we want to just grab what we want to have instead of working for it and taking the time for it. It's also the card for treachery, right? Being covetous of things that aren't for you to be covetous of, or just wanting to have what somebody else has, just simply taking those things. But it's a swords card, right? It's not a pentacles card. So what we're talking about is it's the mentality, right, of wanting something but not wanting to work for it. So we're not necessarily talking about actual physical theft of money or finances. We're talking about the mentality of just like not wanting to put effort into something and the futility of it all. None of your ideas are working. None of your sort of strategies are working because your strategies are flawed, and it's mostly coming from a place of simply not wanting to put that effort in, okay? However, you have High Priestess there as well. So there is going to be a feeling, I want to say to you, of deep down inside, you kind of know what's going on here, right? Now, is this you, Scorpio? I think this may be you, okay? This may be you here. Because this fear from this financial, I want to say threat, possible threat. And so this Seven of Swords energy is a little bit of a panic energy. If this is how it resonates for you, High Priestess comes in to remind you to stay with your intuition. Okay? Stay with your intuitive sort of gut feeling, right? Because that will show you where you're going wrong. And if your gut feeling is telling you to put more effort and work in, then that's what you need to do, or to slow down. In any case, you know, the High Priestess is there to remind you not to panic. Right? That the answers that you're looking for, the way that you're looking for, you already have them. You have to be open and present to seeing that within yourself. So you're coming through this beginning period like that, and there's a lot of sort of like, I want to say panic for some reason here, it feels like to me. And then you come into Nine of Wands, Five of Wands, Emperor energy. So second third of the month, Nine of Wands energy, I think you begin to realize that there may be something happening here, and there may be certainly some arguments that come out. You begin to realize that a lot of this is your own making, right? So Nine of Wands talks about sort of beginning to really face up to that last hurdle before we lay it all down. The burden, the guilt, the hang-ups, right? The things that we carry, the baggage. The baggage on our psyche, or the baggage on our mental, the baggage we carry on our soul. Nine of Wands reminds us when we're ready to kind of come out from underneath of that, the last, one of the most crucial and oftentimes the last step is to realize our own part in all of this, right? Our own part. That we are stuck as a result of these hang-ups and these crutches, right? And that it's time to sort of persevere and keep pushing through, okay? Nine of Wands reminds us that oftentimes we find ourselves with certain behavior patterns, right, that we have adopted initially to save us, initially as a crutch for ourselves. But after a while of sticking with those behavior patterns, they inhibit us. They become a barrier. They become restrictive. They begin to keep us from what is best for ourselves. And this is what happens when we kind of depend on, I want to say, behavior patterns and ideas and ways of acting that are more to do with protecting ourselves, fear of being hurt, right? Or the idea that we're protecting ourselves, okay? Closing ourselves off, unwilling to face certain ideas because that may be too painful, protecting ourselves from pain. And I understand that feeling, but nevertheless, you are also understanding this about yourself, right? We all have to go through this stage. And so this is kind of a progressive stage. I think that you're coming out of this High Priestess, and it's also coming out of this arguing that's happening here. All right, so there's some bickering going on here with someone in your life, people in your life. Just a difference of opinion happening here, right? A difference of opinion and just this back and forth. Emperor energy is coming in. I wonder if this bickering may have to do either with work, all right? This may be a work issue, or it could be something to do with your family. Emperor comes in kind of the divine masculine, and it's a sense of leadership and power, and fire comes in. And so it kind of feels to me, Scorpio, like this arguing and this realization you're having here is really going to be bringing out energy of the Emperor for you, and time for you to sort of set the tone and reestablish yourself in a position. Five of Wands makes me feel like you've had somebody kind of vying for your throne, fighting you, and you may have for some time really been very, I want to say, futile about your efforts, right? But now, this middle of August period, I think you begin to wake up and realize, especially with a lot of this internal searching, how to reestablish yourself at the helm. Ten of Pentacles comes in right after that, okay? So fortune and energy, and I want to say manifestation of, I want to say, your skill, right? Reaffirmation of who you are comes right in afterwards for you, so establishing that Emperor energy. Ten of Pentacles comes right in after that, right? Health, wealth, and happiness. It feels to me like this is for a Scorpio who certainly was maybe knocked off their square for a little while. Four of Pentacles. You may have taken a knock, or something has happened to your business. This Seven of Swords could be treachery coming in from the outside. Remember, it could very well be treachery coming in from the outside. Somebody from the outside who's playing these games, because now when we come down to here, having reestablished yourself, this could have been a real threat to your livelihood. Somebody may be taking your ideas, taking your business. And it all started here with Four of Pentacles, this sense that you had of having to protect your stability. You already had the sense here for it, right? So for some of you, yeah, it could be your choices were very futile and panicky. At the same time, this Seven of Swords could very well be, for some of you, representative of sort of the threat coming in from the outside. Absolutely sort of hangs on top of all of this bickering here and arguing. And this Emperor and Ten of Pentacles energy comes in really to reaffirm that this is your business. You should be the leader in this situation, right? And taking it back is going to require some work. Hangman and Queen of Swords. You're coming out of this much more inspired, Okay, Hangman shows up once you've woken up out of a malaise, right? You've woken up out of a malaise where you've just kind of hung around, you've done the bare minimum. Scorpio, this is definitely, I want to say this is going to be a reading for Scorpio. He's extremely successful in business, but has had some kind of knock on that business, some kind of attack on that business or threat to that business that has erupted or shown its face. And also, you know what it is. You know in your gut what it is. It will have been something that's been coming for some time, High Priestess energy. But waking up to it and waking up to realizing that Nine of Wands and this intense bickering and competition that comes in. You could be very successful. This could be over patents or ideas. This could be over inventions. This could be over a business brand. This could be over ownership, right? Tradesmanship, trademarkship, something like that also could be at play here. You get it together though. Show me some clarity. So the Hangman comes in. Out of all of this, you get inspired. And Queen of Swords, there's an honesty. So what ends up happening, there's going to be some real honest communications that you're going to be having. You're going to be coming out of this whole situation much clearer than you ever have been. Hyena energy is there and fish is there. Yeah, I almost feel like for some of you, yeah, you may be resonating with this, but this could be representative of some of the energies that are in your life. So the people in your life, right, that are affecting this whole situation. Show me, Scorpio, clarification, please show me. Interesting read, how it all develops out. This is definitely about power, control, and leadership. This is about money. This is about business and entrepreneurship that certainly could be on play. The Hermit, yeah, you've not been present. And the Queen of Pentacles, time to put effort in. King of Cups, and a Seven of Cups, Ace of Cups, and the High Priestess again. Wow. Okay. So, Scorpio. Yeah. You've been away. You haven't been very present. You haven't been present in your work or your business, Hermit energy. And it's certainly Seven of Swords is coming in to remind you, and between Seven of Swords and and High Priestess, you have Queen of Pentacles to remind you that indeed you have to put everything into your work. You have to care about it again. You have to put your heart back into it, right? You may have sort of lost your way or left your working for a little while to do some introspection, Hermit energy. This Hermit energy may have been a result of a love situation. Almost feels to me, Scorpio, like some of you maybe came out of a difficult love breakup and it really had a knock-on effect to your business. Now you're waking up out of this. You may have had an attack on your business. You're starting to realize you have to come back and put more effort into it. This Hermit energy, yeah, you've been there for a long time. Make sure that you've learned something out of that and pull that with you into coming back into the fray here. King of Cups here and Seven of Cups. Interesting that Cups is here, right? So King of Cups is coming in. There may be a love connection here. King of Cups. There may be somebody in your life, Scorpio, who is a King of Cups, or you may be representing this energy in a sense that is helping you come out of this sort of malaise that you've been in. Come out of this kind of like not doing enough to keep up your business, right? Seven of Cups is there though. Unrealistic expectations. Could be some fighting. This fighting right here could have come absolutely out of... Some of you may have been in business with a lover, okay? All right, I'm going to say there may be a love aspect here to this. So it's not just random people at work or something like this. This may be certainly a situation where you have... There's a love connection perhaps in this business, or you may be... connected in a love connection in some kind of way with the work that you do, and the arguing and fighting could certainly be coming out of that. I'm feeling that for some of you. But King of Cups comes in and a new love comes in, right? A new love comes in. King of Cups. This could be you. Some of you may, Scorpio, have somebody strong, because King of Cups is Scorpionic energy. So this could be you. You may have somebody coming in very strongly that you are wanting to step up for, right? That you're wanting to step up for. Be careful of fish energy again, though, because fish energy, unrealistic expectations and then just moving on, right? Put the work in. Remember, the fish is one of those animal spirits that is warning us. When this energy comes, it is a challenge for us to rise above it and work on certain issues about ourselves so that we don't succumb to that. Unrealistic expectations can be that. right? When you set up unrealistic expectations or expectations that you don't really work for, and then you experience this failure, you can have this fish energy of wanting to move on, wanting to move on. Stay determined, right? Emperor energy comes in new love. It can very well be that this new love coming in is definitely something that is spurring you on absolutely after this Hermit. Ace of Cups, High Priestess, again coming in. Strong reading. Feels to me, Scorpio, like some of you, yes, there's a side message here for some of you may be going through a fight through work with a lover that you currently have. But I would say a lot of you are coming out of a broken heart, perhaps. It feels like that's where this energy, Hermit energy, is coming out of. But in any case, it's had this knock-on effect on your work, your business, something that you are a leader in, right? Nevertheless, there's also a love connection that comes in. Ace of Cups, King of Cups, that you're wanting to dominate in. This love connection that's coming in that I feel like is very new is something that's kind of spurring you on to kind of get out of this, right? Hangman reminds you that you were definitely hung or spending time just sort of in limbo, not moving ahead, and this has definitely had an impact. But the Emperor is strong energy to come back with. Queen of Swords, be very honest. This new love connection that's coming in with this Ace of Cups requires pure energy. And remember, this is only just like the beginning of a love connection, right? What's most prominent about this is you having to come back to protect yourself against a sort of a competitor or someone, right? Who's come in to sort of take your spot. Could very, and somehow this may well for a lot of you be entwined with a love affair. But there is a new love for some of you definitely coming in, just this inkling towards the end of the month. Follow your heart throughout. High Priestess is doubled up on this reading. And Queen of Swords, I want to say down here, the High Priestess, Queen of Swords, most important is listen to your gut and be honest with who you are. If you're meeting someone new, this new love is coming in, be extremely honest. It only feels to me like the beginning of a love towards the end of a month. Whereas for the most part of the month is you kind of waking up to this whole situation. Let's get some energy. We have intoxication, spirit of the elixir, spirit of the dwelling place, and spirit of the masquerade. So there you have it, right? Intoxication, uninhibited, shameless. Oh, that's coming in. Again, I want to say for some of you, that can very well be the fish energy as well, in terms of just being swept up in intoxicants, liquids. All right. Spirit of the dwelling place, home, structure, foundation. Again, this is what I'm saying. This kind of, wherever your kingdom is being attacked here, sort of, you're having this onslaught here, this kind of rift, paradigm struggle. It is for something that I would consider your kingdom, your business, what have you, something you've built up. It is your dwelling place and your foundation. It's important to keep that. Spirit of the masquerade. So yes, there's been falseness here. Treachery is here, right? Seven of Swords. Hyena, remember, somebody who is could be somebody close to you, right? Who is always laughing in your face, always like, yeah. But you kind of feel that their energy is a little bit off. They could be the ones who are perpetrating this kind of, I want to say, attack or challenge that they are bringing to your authority. The treachery that's coming in here, which if treachery is coming in from the outside, certainly it will be somebody close to you who has. Oftentimes, Seven of Swords does represent people who are close to you, take advantage of you, because those are the ones who can take the best advantage of you. All right, I'm going to leave it at that, Scorpio. Interesting reading. For the most part, you're going through a situation of either reclaiming your kingdom or maintaining your kingdom in the face of competition. There is a new love interest that is coming in towards the end of the month. But again, more importantly than anything is for you to really rely on your gut this month. Be very honest with yourself and others around you and kind of come out of this malaise to reclaim your sort of Emperor and Ten of Pentacles status. All right, guys. If you got some clarity out of this, please like, subscribe, and share. Check out your twin flame readings. They should be linked somewhere on this page. You may have some. I do have a couple of Scorpio shadow twin flame readings up. Also, they're all timeless messages, so they may resonate for you now. But in any case, guys, that's it. I'm gonna leave it at that. I love you, Scorpio. Have a great week and a great month of August, and I'll see you at your next reading. Bye bye now.